Just what it is, I am gonna follow my intuition, and I have a couple of things I have listed here, and I actually like don't have that much time, but it's so strange how like I don't really feel like fear around it, and this is something I noticed. I was in a state where like I was feeling myself become like depressed, and I say this in the sense of like I could feel my soul like being so sad because I wasn't listening to my intuition. And so I sat down. I got on my cards to really just confirm things I already knew, and I knew for certain I had to do two things. And I wrote them in my notes app on my phone, and I was like, two things I know for sure. I always speak in these kind of like things, but it reminds me of like Twilight. It's my favorite thing ever, that Twilight scene, because it's the first thing when I got the book. It's written on the back of the book, and it's like it's Bella, and it's saying like three things I know for certain. Edward was a vampire, and I think two, there was a part of him that was like restrained, and I didn't know how far that restraint went, like as far as like lusting for her blood. Like I think that was the second thing. And three, like after she tells you like he's probably holding back this intense urge to kill me. I am completely, irrevocably, unconditionally in love with him. And then in the movie, she's saying this, and she's looking out the window, and she sees him pull up, and it's like it's like a sigh of relief. And it's so like contrary, kind of like to like I think what everybody else would agree that she should be doing in this situation, and that's how I feel about myself. And that's one of the main fears that's been coming up, is like everybody's gonna think I'm crazy, like I'm doing this, and like I'm gonna look like this spoiled girl who's like relying on her parents once again to like bail her out, like all these different fears. One of the things that's also like making me like become triggered about this, I'll get to it, I promise, is the fact that like I've done this before. I did this in 2023, I did this in 2024, and now like it's 2025. It's always around like this same time period. And in the past, when I've done this and I was promised by my intuition, by my guides, by all the signs, like that so much abundance or like everything would just somehow like work out for me, if I did this, and I did it and I trusted it and I just jumped, and every time I landed flat on my face, flat on my face, became super broke, had to rely on my parents to like feed me and clothe me and to provide me with security. My mother had to like pay for me an expensive ass flight. All these things, and it's so much fear of that, because I'm like, I'm an adult. I want to take care of myself. I don't want to have to rely on people, on my parents to take care of me. Like I want to be fully independent. And then also there's like my cousins and my brother and like everybody like in my family around my age is like, I don't know, more self-sustaining, or they're not. But I don't know, they just have this ability to like go with these systems, and I just don't, and I never have. I've always kind of like hated these systems. I've always gone against anything that like made me feel caged. I've always been like this quietly inside rebel, and now it's time. And I feel like the reason that this time won't be like, because after each of those times when I took that leaf, I fell into a bunch of shadow work. I immediately had to like face like all these traumas from my childhood. I had to bring up stuff that was like bothering me within my family. And the feeling I have this time is like I've already like cleared that, and so like, and I've cleared it deeply, thoroughly, to the point where even when these triggers like come up now, because they have, I'm like, oh, I know what this is. Like I'm like, I know, and I have a completely different, more compassionate and loving reaction to when these kind of like triggers resurface in the present from like my past. And I don't have that this time. So even yesterday, like while I was like crying and like distressed about like I want to say spirit making me do this jump, I still felt like this security, like inside of me. This feeling of knowingness. There is someone, like, I can feel them here, and they're wanting me to talk about someone or something very specific. So that was the first thing, or one of the things, of the two things that I knew I had to do, which was I had to quit my job. And again, I'm not sure when. My guides, my intuition would love it if I just never returned. Every day they're like, just don't go. Just don't do it. And I'm like, but it's so illogical. It doesn't make any sense. Let me know in the comments if you've been like getting messages like this. Hi, Andrew Rodriguez. And that name Andrew keeps coming up. There's a friend of mine at work, and I love him so much. Andrew, he's one of like those people, and I just love him. Anyways, the second thing was to message someone that I hadn't messaged in months, and I hadn't messaged them in months because I wanted to like self-preserve myself. And I was like, well, I messaged them last, so they need to be the one to message me. And I was finally like, what? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, you need to like be I know for a fact that this person has been like experiencing challenges in their lives, and yet I've been like holding back like love. I've been holding back like what the right thing to do out of this sense of like, I don't know, like trying to, I guess, soothe my ego, really, like is what it gets down to. And also like other fears. But then kind of just like what happened, like when I was like, I'm quitting my job, and like I made this firm decision and was like, I can't keep doing this. When I messaged this person, it was very easy. It felt very, very easy. And I feel like this is one of the like main messages that I want to share with this video, with this channeling from source, from spirit, from the collective love vibration, is like this message of like, right now, like more than ever, like the channel is clear, like the intuition is clear. And for different people it may like show up in different ways, but for me it's like feelings. And what happens is like when I suppress and I don't act on these feelings, they manifest as like physical, like, but spiritual pain, like in my body. Like I can feel it, like this darkness like attaching itself to me and kind of like festering there until I trust my intuition and follow it. And then suddenly I'm like, I'm so light. Like these last 2 days or last few days, I've been like, yeah, it's been these last 3 days, because I think today is the 4th day of like the work week. I've been like feeling so like boggled down, where on Sunday before I had to go to work, I was so like up. I was like, ooh, I feel so happy. And like now again, I feel like so like more free and empowered, and like this is the place you want to be manifesting from. But like I said, more than anything right now, it's way more clear than ever before, or as in like, you know, relatively before, to like trust your intuition. They're really wanting me to say something like specific. I keep feeling this feeling. So big birds, there's actually a feather. Feathers have been following me. I think this is the biggest one by far. I haven't been picking them up, but I was like, I'm gonna pick this one up because it was just like insane, like how they keep following me. They're literally everywhere. Like even at my job, there's like somehow a bird feather. I think the kids are like bringing them in, like in the cafeteria area. I'm like, who the fuck brought in a feather? It's I know that it's for me. Big birds, I saw a bunch of them when I was at the traffic light, and they were just like soaring over me, and like they were so happy like that I finally am listening. And I feel like I'm still not listening to the extent that they want me to. Like I said, they want me to be like, never go back, like not even today, like just quit, just don't go back. Last night I was like trying to go online and like start like looking for new jobs, and this is one of the reasons why I've hesitated to quit, because like I'm like, I don't want to go into another corporation. I don't want to be on. I hate Indeed. I hate the energy of job search websites. I can feel the energy of these entities, and I don't know how other people don't. And I can feel that they're fucking evil. And I'm like, I don't want to be a part of it. But last night I was like, I'm gonna like be responsible and like go ahead and start looking. And I opened up my laptop and the screen came on, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna sign in like I usually do. And the screen after that literally went black. Like it would not come on. And I was like, huh, that's weird. And so I shut it off, I restarted it, and then black. And I was like, huh. And I pressed like the Control-Alt-Delete, checked on the task and stuff. Everything was working like fine. Like there was nothing wrong with the screen. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna restart it again. Same thing, black screen. Like it would not like show me the screen. And then I was like, okay, I know what's going on. I was like, I'm not supposed to be going and looking for jobs. And I was like, if I promise not to like look for jobs, well, my screen, I don't know if you heard that click. If I promise not to look for jobs and just relax about it, like if I go on like YouTube or something or Canva, will the screen, like you'll allow the screen to come on. And so I restarted again this time, and my screen came on. It's insane. And that's what they're saying. They're like, the things that are coming for me, I think the reason why like I'm not allowed to see exactly what's gonna happen, because I'm extremely psychic and I can see these things, is because like I would like limit them. Like I probably reject it because I have these wounds of being receptive and feeling like I don't deserve a certain amount of things. Like whenever I feel like people are like being too generous to me, I'm like, oh no, like no, like don't give me like all this, you don't have to do all that, like I got it. And like that's coming from like, you know, fear, wounds, insecurity. And so like if they were to reveal to me like what's happening that I've manifested for myself, that I've created for myself, like I would be my own antagonist. I'd be my own enemy in my own, you know, miracles. I also, so yeah, I have a list here. Okay. So after I made this decision and I was like feeling in this light, like suddenly my life returned to how it was. 'Cause I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I'm like, I love my life. Like I'm so like grateful for my life. Like literally, like I'm just so grateful for my life. It's so many little things. Like even the fact that like my job, even now, like with my job, like the people there, I love them. And it's like just happens to be like in this area where like I pass my favorite tea shop every day, and it's the only tea place of this company that's in this whole area. But like my job is like right, I go to it on the way to work, and it's like right by like my favorite restaurant. Like I manifested that shit. So I love my life. It's very beautiful. It's very like customized to me. But they're saying like there's even more, there's even better. And everything for me is also for you. You know, if you're resonating with this, let me know. So anyways, after I did this, I was sitting in my bed. They told me to watch Cars. I was watching Cars, and I got the message was like, you don't have to do this alone. Cars, a movie from 2006, and also the time is 8:33. The car was number 95. We had together you get 14. 14 is a very big number for me, not just like with like numerology, or is it Gematria? I don't know how to pronounce it, but like within my bloodline, like my family, that number is very big. Yeah, and then 14 equals 5, and I'm a life path 5, so that's a huge number for me as well, the number 5. I was sitting there and I got this phone call out of nowhere, and I read the name and I was like, who the fuck is this? I was like, who the fuck is this? And I was like, I bet it's like one of those people that like I talked to and then like never talked to again. And so I answered it, and it indeed was one of those people that I talked to once and like never talked to again. And I was like, but I remember with this specific person, I manifested the fuck out of that person. Like I was telling my mother, like somebody at my favorite movie theater told me about this even better movie theater that was like relatively close by, and I was like, shit, I gotta check it out. And so I went online and I checked it out, and the tickets were like super expensive, like almost double like the movie theater I go to. And the movie theater I go to it's already a luxury theater, so it's already expensive. And I was like, shit. And I was like, damn, like I really want to go, but like I don't want to like spend all this money. And I was telling my mother, I was like, I'm gonna go on to this movie theater that I want to go to, because I love movie theaters. It's like one of my favorite things to do on a date. I'm like, I'm gonna go on, when I go on a date, and they're gonna pay for it. And I told her that, and I had this thing in my mind for some reason. I never really washed my car. I don't really care too much about it, and I'm also like spoiled by my stepdad, because whenever he sees everybody's cars dirty, he'll take them to get like detailed on his own. So I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna pay for that if he'll just do it for me. But I had it in my head after months of not having my car washed. I was like, I'm going to get my car washed. And the car wash that I go to, because I'm very habitual, it's very specific, and it's kind of far, and they close at like 5, and I always get off work at 5. But one Friday I got off work an hour early, so I was like, as soon as I get off, I'm going to this car wash. I don't know why I had it stuck in my head. And so I followed through. I went to that car wash, and there's this person, they're cleaning my car, and I know that they have this nice hair, and I'm like, ooh, that's some cool hair. But I'm like, I'm not really thinking too much about it. That was it. And so I get up, they're like, come on, your car's done. I get up, I walk to my car, and the guy that was like doing the inside of my car, he comes up to me, and I already know, like, he's got a little crush. He comes up to me, and he's just like, and I was like, hi, like, I like your hair. And he was like, really? You like my hair? You do? And he asked for my number, and I was like, do you want to go to the movies tonight? And he was like, yeah, let's go to the movies tonight. And so he took me to the movies. It was that same like day where like I was like, I want to go to this luxury movie theater. I want it to be for free. I want to go on a date. And like I just had trusted my intuition to go. Like, your intuition is telling you to go, and it doesn't make any sense. But I went to that car wash, and I got like immediately like what I wanted. And that was the person that called. It was just that one time. That was the person that called last night. And then also like somebody else who's been like trying to like contact me and like be in my energy on a more like personal level. Like, also like I woke up and I had like an email from this person. And so it's like, after I made that decision to like trust my intuition, like things opened up for me. Like, things are already starting to come in. And I have no doubt that this energy will continue throughout the day. So that's something else I wanted to mention. And that's also something that they wanted me to mention. The library. So last night, before I was like, I knew I had to make this decision, but I was still like trying to figure out ways to resist it. My intuition was like, you need to go to this specific library. This specific library is pretty far. But it's, farness is relative, but it wasn't close by my house. It's a little bit of a drive. And they were like, go here. And I was like, okay, like maybe there's like a book or something I'm supposed to like read, or maybe there's somebody at the checkout who's supposed to like tell me something. And so I went, and like as soon as I got to the library, it was closed. I was like, what? Like, you sent me all the way out here, but it's closed. And they were like, get out and just go out of my car. And so I got out of my car and I sat down at this little fountain thing that they had in the middle. And I was like, okay, I'll sit here. And I'm sitting there and I'm recording to myself on my phone as I do. And I'm like, they told me to come out here, like my intuition. I'm seeing a feather floating down now. And like, there's nobody here. And I'm just sitting there like talking to myself. And to my left, this lady goes, hey, can you help me? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, holy shit, like this is why I was here, like to help this lady. And like, turns out she didn't really like need that much help, but like that was still a sign, because like it was closed. There was really nobody else around, but like I was there like perfectly in front of her. And she had left her phone at home, which people can be lying. So I didn't get my phone, but I was like, I can help you. And she was like, can you call my son? Like, my son, he's supposed to be out. The library is closed. Like, where the fuck is he? She was very upset. She's like, he always does this when he be at school, and I'm there to pick him up, and school is closed. Where are you, son? And and I called him and he didn't answer. She was like, he never answers his phone. Text him. And she was like, what are you gonna send? When are you gonna send? And I was like, hey, it's like a stranger, but this is your mom. Like, she wants you to come out. And she was like, I would have just put come out. And I was like, what else do you want me to say? And she was like, tell him to come out. And she was like, come out, Jamel. And like, she told me how to like spell his name, Jamel, come out, Jamel. And I knew that was important. Like, come out of the building. It's closed. It's time to go. Come out. Like, that's the message. And I also, after that, he eventually like came from, I don't know where, because the building was literally closed. And like, it's a library that's attached to a college, so it's like big, so it's not like there's like a side close by of the building. But out of nowhere, her son disappeared, and she was like, where have you been? And I feel like that's like my guides with like this job, or like, you know, just the situation that I'm in. They're like, come out, it's closed, it's time to go. Where are you? I looked at the name Jamel, the way she spelled it, and it was like Arabic of Arabic origin, and it meant handsome. It meant like beautiful. Like, come out beautiful. I don't know. I feel like there's like so much to that, but like the fact that it was Jamel, and then like my first name is like J, and like J's are very important in my family. Like, my mother's name starts with a J, my dad's name starts with a J, my sister's name starts with a J, my niece's name starts with a J. My cousins, like a lot of us are born around the same time, have like the J names. And so I knew that was very special to me. I gotta go soon. I'm gonna try to go fast. The song by Bibadobi. I still don't know how to pronounce her name. Bibadobi, and it's called like the Glue Song. I've been struck by you. That song is perfect. I'm hearing. I've been feeling a lot of like romantic energy, romantic energy all around me. It's been everywhere. I've been listening to Doja Cat and her new album V, you know, Life, and her song Stranger is the one that's like sticking to me now, and it's a love song of, I feel like, the greatest kind of variety, because she's like, you could never freak me out. Like, people would think you would be a stranger to me, but you could never be a freak to me. I'm a freak, I'm a weirdo, and you love that about me. And I was listening to this song, like looking at the lyrics, I don't know it yet, and I was like, I feel this way about myself. Like, I love myself. Like, I really fucking do. Like, I love how like strange I am, and how like all of my little things, and society, quote unquote, like as it like rests, like doesn't really fit with people like me. I don't fit into it. I really don't. Which leads me into like another point. It's like about like my friends and even this job. Like, I'm saying, like, I love like my friends at the job. Like, I love them. But for some reason, I've been like feeling recently, whenever they like ask me to hang out, the plans never like correlate, or like I tell them like I cancel. And I'm just like, I don't know why, but I don't want to hang out with them, and I don't feel connected to them like anymore. And it's like they haven't done anything wrong, and like there's nothing necessarily like vile or like wrong about what they're saying and what they're talking about. But like when I hear them and I listen to their conversations, or like, I'm just like, I just don't like I don't resonate. It's not that I don't care, because I do care about the topics that they're talking about, but I'm just not resonating. And so if you're watching this, again, leave a comment and like share and subscribe and all those good things if you're like feeling the way that I do. But like, if you're feeling this too, like, the message I was hearing last night is like, you feeling like off about it is a good enough reason. Like, no or I don't want to is a full sentence. And like, we've been taught that by like people in our lives, experiences in our lives, that we need to explain ourselves, or we need to have like very specific reasons for something. And it's like that movie Arrival, like where the time was non-linear, It's like, what if the reasons for why I'm doing this 33 on this school bus literally don't exist yet? And that's how I feel. I feel like there's something that I know my intuition is picking up on, like beep, 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 beep. Red flag, red flag, red flag, run, 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 run. And like the proof is, it hasn't arrived at the circumstance hasn't been created. And I feel like a good enough reason for me is just like, I guess I just don't want to. Like, I don't feel guided to, I don't feel called, I don't feel connected to this. And so like, therefore, like, that's good enough. All right, I gotta go soon. I literally have to go soon. Okay. Yeah, you gotta go. Thank you so much for watching. I love you in pieces, or I love you in pieces. I'm wishing you the absolute best. Oh yeah, something else that I wanted to mention really quick. I'm gonna drive because I gotta go. Is that I had like this this dark spot on my nose because there was like a pimple there and it was bothering me, and I tried not to touch it, but then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And so it was on there and it was healing. And then last night after I made this decision and I was like washing my face, it finally like came off. Like the black spot, like the scab of it literally came off, and like now my nose is clear. So there's like physical things, there's like physical symptoms that like you may be experiencing in blockages in your life with communication, abundance flowing to you, and it can all be opened back up. It can all be healed and resolved, like once you like show yourself, show the universe, show source, show yourself that like you're going to like handle business, because that's what we're here to do. And that's like was my message the other day. I highly recommend you go watch it, that channel message that was urgent about 11:11 and 44, 11 and 44, 144, where it was like, it's time now, like, to be at the rendezvous point, and like, you know where the rendezvous point is. Like, you just have to go there, you just have to trust, like, even if it doesn't make sense. And like, who would I be if I'm giving people these messages and this guidance and I don't follow it myself? And it physically hurts me. Like, I feel aches and pains. It dampens my soul, literally, like when I don't listen. I don't know how other people do it. It becomes unbearable for me to not listen to my intuition. Thank you. All right.